Well, afternoon boys and girls, hope you're well. I thought I'd do a little 3-week update because according to the worm breeders of the world, 3 weeks is the key time. Basically, when you put your worms in your new wormery, within 3-week period, they lay a lot of cocoons, but after much longer than 3 weeks they start hatching, so you need to leave them in there for 3 weeks. Alright, if you're just in a normal wormery where you've got all mixed ages in it, that's no problem, but I don't want to do that. I'll pull the cocoons off and hatch them separately, so I've got all adult worms in each section. So obviously I want them for bait, so I don't want little tiny things, or if I do want a smaller worm, they're all in the same ages. Also, if there's too many worms in a certain area, they stop breeding, the breeding reduce. The ideal amount is about 150 worms in a square foot, roughly, or 150. So you take the cardboard off and there's a few tea bags and a little bit of chicken feed. But if you look in here, just turn it over slightly. There they are. Don't know whether you can see it. Little green cocoon. That's an egg case. And if you just turn it over gently, there's loads of them. So there's another one. There's another one. They normally got an ideal temp. So there's another one. Another one. So there's another two there. In ideal temperatures, they hatch in 3 weeks. That's why it's just over 3 weeks. That's why it's important to separate them at 3 weeks. Because when they start getting to a month, they start hatching. You have a mixture. Well, if you look in here, look, I just topped up the old, put a bit more cardboard in here, so I love that. And there's the old worms. See, there's tons of them little worm cases. What you can do is, there's hundreds everywhere. What you can do is then get a riddle like this, and you can riddle them out. Obviously, before I topped up the cardboard and stuff, let all the food die down, I put a riddle through it so I can separate them all off. I don't know how well you can see in here, but I've separated them all off and put them in a separate tub. If you look here, look, there's hundreds of them in it, hundreds and hundreds. So I'll just put them in here separately so they can all hatch, because obviously that's going to be several months before they're breeding, so I might as well put all the small ones in the same tub and let them hatch and grow on, because obviously they're going to be a while before I can use them as bait. You look, not even hatched yet, so hopefully give it a month, they'll all be hatched and they'll be growing, and in a couple of months they'll be good for bait. But obviously with them all in here, roughly the same sort of size. Look here, that one's gone brown. You can actually see the baby worm inside if you look closely. But hopefully in a couple of months they'll all be the same size and big enough to use as bait. So all I do is, the ones I'm going to use as bait, just put them in here, let them go, put a plate of cardboard shredded in the bottom, and another bit of cardboard over the top just to keep them damp. And that's all I'm going to do. So they're the growers. These ones are the breeders. I haven't been through this bin, but look, it's got hundreds in it. I've got about 4 bins, and I've been through 2 at the 4. This one need going through. But you can see how much they've bred in 3 weeks. Hundreds. And each one of them cocoons between 1 and 4 worms, so that's how quickly they breed. I'm now just going to cover them back up again. And they're good to go. I haven't put that much green waste in them. I've mainly just been putting tea bags and cardboard and a little bit of chicken feed, but you don't want too much chicken pellets because they're high in protein and you can get protein poisoning. So I've been putting like a tablespoon of chicken pellets in every couple of weeks, but mainly cardboard and tea bags. Well, I'll just sort of give you a bit of an update, so you check what's going on, but the important time is get all them little egg cases out every 3 weeks and then grow them on. That's the main thing. Problem is people just leave them in there get hundreds of worms in there, and then they stop breeding. You want them to continually doing the cycle, but they self-regulate. When you get too many in there, they stop, and that's it. Well, hope you found it interesting. I'll put these back on the wormery and we'll good to go for another day. Fine, catch you later. Bye.